Hello and welcome to Spotlight, where we highlight some of the great things happening in our region. I'm Lynn Alexander, and I'm here today with Matt Brooks. Matt is the co-founder of two businesses located in downtown Port Huron, and he's here today to tell us a little bit about both. So welcome.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Thank you. So you actually have two businesses located in Port Huron. Why don't you just go ahead and start telling us about one of them?
Sure. So about 4 years ago, I had a website development company based in Port Huron, downtown, and in the fall of 2012, I was able to sell the website company to focus full-time on another business that I was building called the Marriage Group, where we developed online courses that are relationship-focused, specifically for couples that are getting married in the church that need to complete a requirement of a marriage preparation course. So anyhow, I was fortunate to find an amazing space down the road from where we were in Port Huron, and that's where we've been operating ever since.
Wonderful. So the Marriage Group is located in Port Huron, but I understand the people that use your services are located all over the world?
That's true. So we've never actually met a customer face to face. We talk to them on the phone and email, but certainly the couples that use our courses are all around the world.
Interesting. And then the space that the Marriage Group has been located in for the past few years has been transformed, and I can attest to that because the Community Foundation recently used it. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So over the past couple years of working out of the space, which is a great loft space across from the Times Herald building, upstairs from Weekends, and over the past couple years of working there, as we've had guests, friends, family, others in the community that have visited us upstairs in the loft, they get to the top of the stairs and look at the place and say, wow, this is just a great space to be. Can we use this space? Can we have a meeting here? And so we've been asked that so many times over the past few years that the past fall, we decided to make that happen.
And what kind of meetings have you been having there, other than the Community Foundation's staff meeting?
Sure. So I should say that we haven't officially opened this Loft 912 space yet, and that's because we still have some construction that's just wrapping up here now. But back in the fall, we thought, let's see how this works in bringing in outside groups to have their meetings. So the Blue Water Young Professionals started having their monthly board meetings in our space, and we really got great feedback from them. And then of course the Community Foundation came, and I think you guys enjoyed the space as well.
Did, yeah.
Other than that, we've had the new owner of the local Napa Auto Parts store over on Lapeer. He wanted to have a sort of a meet and greet session to meet their top customers and do a little training with his new staff. And so they didn't want to do that within the store where they'd be more likely to talk about parts and shocks and struts and whatever the car parts are. He wanted to have it off-site where they would really have an opportunity to relax and kind of a fun environment that we've built over there, and got great feedback from those guys as well.
Great. Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll hear a little bit more about Loft 912.
Since 1978, Grant Smith has been Port Huron's hometown independent health insurance agent. Obamacare is upon us. It can be confusing and complicated. It costs not a dime more to use Grant Smith's experienced 35-year health insurance agent background. Find Grant in your local Yellow Pages or online at www.grantsmith.com. His office has been conveniently located on Pine Grove Avenue, just one building north of the Rite Aid drugstore. Schedule your appointment today by simply calling 810-984-1373.
Welcome back to Spotlight. We're here with Matt Brooks, who's going to tell us a little bit more about Loft 912.
Thank you. So within the space at Loft 912, we really have three distinct rooms for groups to book either individually or book the entire space, depending on the needs of their event. The main space that we have, that we just call the Loft, is an 800 square foot open loft area where we have comfortable furniture, a great big L-shaped leather couch over there, and our conference table is a
ping pong table.
Table. I just found that over the course of doing these wacky businesses that I've been involved in, that sitting at a conference table or a traditional meeting space kind of gets people in a stuffy frame of mind. So I think it's good that when a meeting's happening and it starts to kind of, starts to feel a little bit sticky, you got to pick up the ping pong paddles and battle it out a little bit.
And lots of candy. I remember there was candy everywhere.
People like snacks. People like to have stuff in their hands. So we've got a lot of different, kind of the stress balls and things to throw around. And there's beach balls rolling around the floor. And so there's, different spaces to sit. Some high tables with higher chairs like we're in now. And so that's the main area, 800 square feet. And there's a couple great big whiteboards for people to be jotting down their ideas on different walls, and then we have a smaller room for a more private space that'll seat 8 to 10 people called the boardroom, and we're just finishing up construction on that room literally as we speak here during this interview. And really cool space, just more of a private spot, a carpeted floor, and more kind of a homey feel to it. And that room's called the boardroom because the walls are all boards. So it's a hilarious pun.
Oh, yes, it's very funny.
Okay, thank you. And the third space that we have, which is the smallest room, we call it the den. And this is for 1 or 2 or 3 people that want to just have the doors to close and a great big whiteboard there to sit down in a comfortable space. I've got living room furniture in there just to provide a spot for a few people to hang out and talk out some ideas and throw them up on a whiteboard and just kind of work some things out or hash out some big ideas.
Wonderful. Sounds like a really wonderful addition to downtown Port Huron.
We think so.
And I appreciate you sharing the information. I know they'll be booking information as a link to this interview.
Sure.
And I thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being on the show, and great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching Spotlight today, and I look forward to sharing more information in the coming episodes.